Peace and blessings to my human family all over the planet Earth. I just sit here and ponder what am I going to say to the young black expression of anger that we see permeating our communities every day. We sit up here and we raise our fists in opposition to everything we feel as though is being something that oppresses, suppresses, depresses, represses us as a people. And this goes beyond just black youth, but youth in general. In our communities, we're seeing a upswing of violence against each other. And, we can go into the root cause of it. We could say it's a causation of the effects of slavery and Willie Lynchism and all the mechanisms of Jim Crow and white supremacy. We could say all that. But the reality of it is, it's solution time. We know the problem. And me and we as elders need to coordinate our efforts into creating a sense of awareness, a sense of self, a sense of pride and love, dignity, integrity that we look to exemplify not only to the rest of the world, but just to ourselves, to the people that's in the mirror. And it's like we've become so petrified of our own children. We allowed the white mechanism to step in our households and say what we can do and can't do as parents in disciplining, and allow these children just to run rampant. That's one thing. Then we as, people that allow the degenerate thinking to saturate our being so much that we detract and we separate ourselves from our own families and go into our own self-loathing, whether with drugs or whether delving into criminal activity and getting ourselves removed, thrown by an unjust legal system that's meant to capitalize on our degenerate thinking. But now we're left with children that have absolutely no guidance. They have this false bravado and the false imagery that is continually being manipulated and purposely placed in certain demographics to create a twisted thought process. A savage, a thug, a this, that, and the third, other than, an educator, an intellect, and we look down upon those things. We make fun of those things. Our youth is running around and they dumbing themselves down because it's not cool to be intelligent. And I seen that when I was in prison, as I used to sit down the young cats and just have serious conversations, the same way I'm having conversations with you now. And when you get them one-on-one, you see how absolutely intelligent and captivating and talented these people are. But amongst themselves in groups, they dumb themselves down because they feel as though they won't be accepted for being someone that stands out amongst the crowd, not knowing that the crowd is a group of intellectuals. It's just misdirected energy, you know? And then we as adults, we don't nurture those things in the children. We wait to tragedy happens, where riots and all this. No. We need to just grab kids up while we seeing them playing and running around up and down the street, going to the store. Encourage them to be the best that they can absolutely be. Give them encouraging words. Sometimes that's all that's needed. We sit back and we don't we take them for granted. You see, this is the future, but we condemning and damning our own future if we don't really speak to the future in terms that's going to help navigate the course of that future, that destiny. We'll talk about them if they have physical prowess, like in basketball, football, things of that nature. We don't even go to games, or we don't even go to debates. Put them in debate. We don't even put them in debate because we feel as though that that's some white shit. No. If they can debate with you in the house about anything that's trivial and frivolous, then put them in something that's going to help develop their thinking skills. We even in jail, I used to notice dudes, they wouldn't write their kids just on a regular basis. It had to be like a birthday or a holiday that's coming around or whatever, not like that. You know what I mean? They just wouldn't write and have a conversation. I would write my kids, my daughter, the other children, I wasn't able to communicate with, and that's a issue within itself. You know what I mean? That needs to be explored. Because the black man and black woman, the black mother and the black father, regardless of what goes on with you two individual adults or collective adults, regardless of what goes on in that relationship, nothing should ever get in the way of each one maintaining a continuity and fostering a continuity with the child to make sure that child has balance. It shouldn't be she ain't shit, he ain't shit type shit. We have to encourage them, as much as possible by making sure that they have a balance, a level to work off of. And when we don't do that, we do them a disservice. Thankfully, I had a children's mother that made sure that I was in one child's life, but the other ones, we went through our own personal issues, and now I'm out and I'm, building those relationships and trying to reestablish relationships with my children who are grown now, But these are the things that we must do in order to solidify our future, in order to make our future prosperous, in order to gain in our future. And I'm making a plea to y'all young dudes and shorties that's out there living in this world star mentality that is all about violence. Violence is only in their mind is the first step to conflict resolution. No, it's not. Talking and having a sense of compassion and understanding is the first measure that you always should think of when it comes to conflict resolution. We're not all going to get along. We're not all going to agree. You could agree to disagree and walk away and respect each other. We don't need to be killing each other. We don't need to be bringing harm to each other. We don't need to be doing the oppressor's job for them. But then beef about the oppressor doing its dirty work. That's ass backwards. There's no need to sit back and say all lives or Black Lives Matter rather, and not truly be about black life. Not your life, your selfish life, but your holistic life. Your brethren, your sisterin. You have to be about their life too. Black lives should matter in your mind. If I'm going to raise my hand to my brother, it's to defend him. It's to help them up if they fall. That's why I extend my hand to y'all, to help my people up, because we've fallen and we continue to fall down. And then while we're falling down, we're wallowing down and becoming comfortable laying there. Nah, I'm not comfortable there. And I'm not comfortable with you being comfortable being there. And if you're not comfortable there, then I'm going to help you to fuck up. And that's to motivate you to start thinking instead of reacting. White supremacy relies on your reaction before your thought. We're logical by nature. We're logical, rational, analytical beings. We think everything out. Then we move on reaction. Not react first, and then the consequence happened. Now we want to think like, damn, I should have thought about that before I did. No. They're building prisons just for that. It used to kill me watching cats 15 years old coming into prison with heinous crimes. It used to hurt us, man. I mean, the cats that I was around, the older cats, and I used to grab little young cats up, and we used to sit down and used to work out in the yard, and I used to sit down and build with them. Because that's my duty. That's my duty as a black man. That's my duty as God. To sit down and build and elevate and raise your awareness and consciousness. So to whoever looking at this, and you may disregard it, you may, look at that coon. Yeah, all right. But when you get my age, you'll sit back and like, damn, yo spit some real shit. Because real do recognize and respect real. No one understand that. And know that real recognize fake very easily. Very easily. Because soon as fake open his damn mouth, it reveals himself. Especially when their actions and their words don't line up. They're not in sync. So you stop getting caught up in a lot of the dumb shit that they put out there through media. And media, social media, whether it's phones, whether it's televisions, these reality shows or quasi-reality shows, you know what I mean, and music. Stop getting caught up in that crap. And wanting to become them. Become who you're meant to be. The things that you thought of when you were little and you was, full of vigor and life before you allowed the bullshit around you to consume you. Let your intelligence blossom. Doubt is the greatest inhibitor to man. So never let doubt to take root in anything that you do. Because it's going to try. And it's going to be like, you're the greatest. You be like, but look at these flaws. So what? Man is the perfect imperfection. We're built with flaw. But the thing about flaw is, it's only meant to overcome. It's just like negativity. Negativity is only there to accentuate the positive, not to be dwelt upon. And we take too much time dwelling upon the negativity. We have too much positive shit that we need to be focusing on. And expounding and expanding, not contracting in it and within it. So hopefully y'all take this conversation, y'all rock with it. Because we need to fix ourselves. We need to heal ourselves. Because we have people that are sitting back observing us, like Trump and his cronies, who's sitting up there saying, hey, blacks don't want to cure their problem. We got a cure for them. And that's prisons or just outright extermination. And if we're not, if we don't have the heart to bring the fight back to them, then we better sit down and make some serious reconsiderations about the course of our life and what we truly want. And this goes out to all you gang leadership. Stop leading them astray. Stop leading them to where they're doing harm, more harm than good, to the movement, to the cause. Don't bang just because. Bang for a cause. And you bang for the right reasons, and you bang against the actual oppressor. Not because another person lives on another block or has a different color from you or call themselves this or call themselves that. If they not physically oppressing you, if they're not holding you back from becoming the greatest you ever, they're not your enemy. They may have a different course of action or different reasoning or different logic, but it's all for the same thing. And we have to see that. We have to see that. We don't allow these created adversities to be placed amongst us to put us together, because that's the white supremacy been using that since time itself, since they came into existence, of putting us against each other. And once we knock each other out, they rise up. No more. No more. That's done. So I plead to you, youth. You strong. Oh, I mean, warriors and warrior princesses. Let's get this shit together. Let's rebuild. And let's create this empire. Alright? I love y'all. And that's from God. And that's some real shit. Peace and blessings. Silver Gorilla Apparel. Bang.